Now let's talk about Superman killing Zod, because that is one of the most controversial things, probably the most controversial thing that happened in this movie, was Superman killing. He took Zod's life. And so, yeah, one of the things I found really interesting that Max Landis said, Max Landis is the writer of Chronicle. He's a big Superman fan. He wrote, 2 issues of The Adventures of Superman, which is like an out-of-canon storyline that happens in New 52. But anyways, he said that he believes if Superman knew the alternative to killing Zod was Zod killing a ton of people in all those buildings being destroyed, he would try to kill Zod almost immediately. And I agree with him there. I do believe that if Superman knew, what would happen, that he would try to kill Zod immediately. That being said, that doesn't mean he can. Superman is fighting someone who's fighting back. This is a military-trained guy that's just as powerful as he is. Doesn't mean just because he decides, hey, I'm going to kill Zod, he can't just immediately do it. He can't just go and be like, hey, Zod, I'm going to snap her. Oh, no, your neck snapped. He can't do that. It doesn't work like that. He's fighting someone who's fighting back. He's not just, fighting a little kid or something. He's fighting another Kryptonian that is military trained. There's nothing, he can try his hardest and then eventually maybe kill him. But at first, it's not going to be like millisecond and he's dead. It doesn't work like that. He's fighting another Kryptonian. A lot of people coming out of this movie got Batman and Superman confused, because a lot of people are just thinking, well, doesn't Superman not kill? He has that one rule about not killing. The Superman I know would never kill anyone. He doesn't do that. Psh, that's not Superman. Well, I can understand getting Superman and Batman confused. They're both vigilantes that punch people, but they are 2 different superheroes. Superman does kill, surprisingly, not too surprisingly, he does kill. He uses it as a last resort, though. He doesn't just go around killing everyone. Just like in Man of Steel, he uses it as a last resort. And I'm even holding one of the issues right in front of me right now. Superman issue 22, where he is holding a kryptonite box on the cover, and he's wearing an an executioner mask. And yeah, because he kills Zod and his cronies in this, because it's an alternate universe. It's still our Superman, just he's in an alternate universe, and he kills them because they killed everyone on that planet. They killed everyone on Earth in that universe. And so he kills them because he feels like he is Judge, Jury, and Executioner now. And they've killed billions, so they deserve to die. He takes kryptonite and he kills them. He does the same thing in Death of Superman, which a lot of people are like, but that's the same as, killing an animal. No, it's not. Doomsday is a living being that can talk and can think for himself. Superman killed him because there was no other way to stop him. There's no containing him. There's no throwing him in an asylum. There's no putting him in, the Phantom Zone. You can't do it. Doomsday has to be killed. This guy is unstoppable, and so Superman killed him. Same with Zod. The end of Man of Steel, Zod's there, he's about to kill those people, and Superman has to make a decision. Either that family dies, yes, that family is stupid, they could have just run out of the way, or a lot of people are like, well, why doesn't Zod just move his eyeballs and they're dead? The reason for that being, heat vision is a lot different in this movie. If you look, every time they use heat vision, it looks like there's an after effect. When they close their eyes after, they're like, it seems like it's strenuous on the eyes, and that's why every time you see them use it, they don't move their eyes around. They're always moving their head, because I don't think moving your eyes around is a smart idea, because if you move it somewhere, you could burn yourself. It just wouldn't work, and I don't think, because like I was saying, it seems to leave a little bit of an effect when they're done using it. It hurts a little bit. So moving your eyes around would probably make it hurt even more. That's why every time they use it, they move their head around. So I'm assuming that's why Zod was using his head and not his eyes when he was going to kill that family. And Superman made a do-or-die decision, and I completely 100% agree with what Superman did, and that is what Superman would do. That's what the Superman I know and love would do. He would not let that family die just so he could live. Now, what about those people who are like, well, Superman could have, he could have choked Zod out. He could have done that. And then what? What would happen? Where would you hold Zod? You can't throw him in the Phantom Zone. Superman doesn't have anything to hold him. The government doesn't have anything to hold him. Assume you do have something to hold him. Then what? What do you sentence him to? You just throw him in jail for the rest of his life after he's committed mass murder? Or if he gets the death sentence, what are you going to kill him with? You're going to call Superman back and be like, hey, this guy got the death sentence. You're the only one who can kill him. Could you snap his neck for us? What is going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? Also, remember, in that IHOP, I think it was in the IHOP, but yeah, it was in the Smallville fight between Superman and Faora. Faora tells him for every one person he saves, they will kill 1 million more. Meaning they will not stop until everyone on Earth is dead. Why would Superman keep those people alive? Why would you keep those people alive? There was no point. Superman still wanted to because it was the last of his race. Every time he fights someone, Max Landis also said this, which I completely agree with. He's saying when Superman fights someone, he's trying to save them from themselves. And you could see that with Zod. That's why he's like, don't do this, Zod. He wanted to. Even though Zod, had killed so many people and was crazy, he wanted Zod to come back to reality. He wanted Zod to be normal. He wanted Zod to be like him. He was trying to save Zod from himself, and then he had to snap his neck. He had to. That was the one thing, like, he didn't want to do, but he had to. And then you saw, when he killed him, Henry Cavill, like, did a great job with showing how Superman was during that. He was bawling. He killed the last person of his race because the other guys are in the Phantom Zone. He's just freaking out. This is his first time taking a life. He's not used to this. And it's not just like, he took a life by, like, shooting him. No, he physically snapped his neck. That's kind of brutal. You heard the bone snap, and it was a very satisfying ending to an amazing fight. My favorite fight in any superhero movie. It was amazing. And, like, the ending was so satisfying with the fact that Superman did kill Zod. And to me, if he would have locked him up, it would not have been a satisfying ending. It would have been stupid. And just been like, well, cool fight, but Superman just threw him in jail? What? That's kind of stupid. No, he killed him because he had no other choice. The fight scene was amazing, and the ending was fantastic. That is my favorite scene in any superhero movie ever. It is so emotional and intense and amazing, and right before it, you have the best fight scene in any superhero movie ever, and then the best scene in any superhero movie ever. That is just fantastic. How did they pull it off? I don't know. It was amazing. You have this incredible fight between these two godlike characters that ends in this emotional, intense scene where Superman has to make a do or die decision of whether or not this family's gonna die and Zod lives, or he kills Zod and that family lives, but he has it in his conscience with the fact that he just killed a guy straight up with his bare hands, and it's the last guy of his race. He's just the last one now because he killed Zod. That is huge. And then you have these nitwits complaining about it, saying Superman never kills. These people have never picked up a comic book in their life who just believe, hey, I saw, like, the first Christopher Reeve movie, Superman doesn't kill. Well, guess what? Superman 2, he killed Zod. He just straight up killed Zod and had a smile on his face. Lois killed, what's her name? I don't remember her name. That's just, but with Henry Cavill and Man of Steel and everything, everyone just gets all mad about it. It makes no sense. Why would you be mad with the fact that Superman killed a mass murderer who was about to kill a family, and this is in Superman's character to do so? It's not like he's never killed ever before. It's not like he has a rule about killing anyone. He doesn't. He will kill. He just uses it as a last resort, and this was a last resort. And the setup could not have been more perfect for what happened. It was fantastic how everything went down in that scene, and everything that happened prior to it was great. And the death of Zod could not have been done better. I mean, it was just amazing. So yeah, guys, that was a clip from the newest episode of my podcast, Nerd Talk, where I went all in depth about Man of Steel and talked about why I love it. So yeah, I got to talk about Man of Steel for 45 minutes straight, and if you enjoyed that clip, please listen to the whole thing. I have links in the description to listen to it on iTunes and Podbean, or you can just click the annotation on screen to listen to it right here on YouTube. Please do so if you like what you just listened to, because I had a ton of fun doing it. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done. It was so much fun to just talk about Man of Steel for 45 minutes straight. So yeah, also, please let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about Superman killing Zod? What are you guys' full opinions on that? So you just heard all mine. I want to hear your guys's. Also, the podcast does come out every Monday on YouTube, Podbean, and iTunes. Although iTunes, it's generally later in the day on Monday, because iTunes, it's got to update, like, on the feed. It's not like I post and it's automatically there. I post it, and then iTunes has got to, like, refresh and then recognize that I did post a new episode. So that's generally up, like, way later in the night on iTunes. But yeah, thank you guys for listening.